And I went to my first acupuncture. Anyone go to acupuncture?
No.
No one?
That's with the needles?
Yeah. Dude, so
Where'd you
How
get
was
it?
it?
so it's like up north from here.
Like what part of your body?
So here's the thing. I get migraine headaches, and it was just starting to get on my freaking nerves. And Elena had mentioned this Chinese acupuncture, like holistic doctor that she went to.
Right.
So I went, to hook it up, and you go in, and he's short, and he doesn't speak English very well, and whatever. I take off my shoes and we go in the room, and he's got the mask, I got the mask, which makes it even worse because we can't fucking understand each other as it is, and then we got a freaking mask on. So he asked me, and I kind of point to my head, and he's like, okay, I get it, the headache. And so I sit down. The first thing he does is he takes the needle and he pinches right between my eyes and pokes it like right in there. And then he puts 2 on the shoulders here, 2 on the top of my head. He puts 1 on my knee because I told him I actually had a little bit of pain in my knee as well. And then he puts 1 on each foot as well. And, I just kind of freaking sit there for a little bit. He has me drink some weird concoction first off. And then after a while, he leaves the room, and 10 minutes later, he comes back in and he takes this stick, kind of like a charcoal stick, I guess, and he lights it and it gets really, really hot. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. So he comes around and he puts the stick on the needle and he goes, if hot, say hot. I'm like, okay.
Oh, shit.
So he puts it on there, and I just, so the heat's transferring through the needle into my skin. I say hot, and he went through every single one of them, which is really, really cool. You wait till it's hot, and then you just let him know. So, and then after that, he pulls the needle out, and then he takes this it's kind of like a stapler, I guess, but it puts holes in your skin, and he goes on 2 shoulders, and I can show you later. You know what cupping is? You guys heard of cupping?
Yeah. Sure.
So he did it, but with the cupping, what he did first was. What the fuck is going on over there?
Wonk. Jesus, sorry about that. Oh my God. It's very unprofessional of me.
What the fuck was that? I don't know if I should leave that in. That's hilarious.
I don't know. It would be funny to leave.
Yeah. He's over
Jackson, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
But then it's the show, so it's okay.
Nothing. That's nothing.
He's fucking masturbating on a
All of a
Zoom.
sudden his face is red. Yeah, he's masturbating on Zoom. Exactly. So anyway, he gets this stapler thing, and he's putting holes in my skin. Then he does the cupping. So, and then he does the same thing in the thing between my forehead. So after a while, he pulls it off, and all this blood, coming out where the cupping
I was going to
and
ask
up
about
here
that.
Again.
Yeah.
So I guess I did some bloodletting as well. He sent me home with some tea, yada, yada, yada. It was a cool experience. So I still had a headache a couple times, but I haven't had a headache for a couple days. I don't know.
Was it
dude.
like
I've
a
been just getting them
constant?
a lot
Was it a
lately.
daily?
What's that?
The headaches.
Dude, lately, it's been 3 or 4 days a week.
Okay.
So
Did you get a
After
recommended
that.
dose or frequency to go to that kind of treatment?
I don't know. I got to call. He gave me his card. I got to call his son. He couldn't understand. I was like, you want me to come back in 30 days? Like what's the...
That's
and
weird.
fucking whatever. So that's what's up. But
Did you
yeah.
at least pay him?
Yeah, of course. It was $150 for the treatment.
And he got
So,
the happy
not bad.
ending. The extra
So real
Did you
quick.
get those headaches up here?
What's that? I've had
Did
them
you-
ever since I was a kid,
Yeah.
since I was 5 or 6 years old. So the more I exercise, the less I get them.
Drink some
so
Robitussin.
that's why I do so much running lately, is to help. What's that, Dick Munch?
Drink some Robitussin.
Robitussin. Yeah, rub some tussin on it.
Put some tussin on it. You're good.
Fucking A. So just a little bit of booby there for everyone. Everybody likes
good being
boobs.
cup.
Men like boobs. Women like boobs. Babies like boobs.
Gay men like boobs. Nobody.
Yeah,
nobody hates
oh my
boobs.
God, they're still fabulous. Oh my goodness. These are just great. And they get away with it. I can't get away with that. It's yo, these are great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, from all the sitting I do in the car, I notice my sacrum and sciatic nerves are acting up.
Your scrotum sac nerves acting up.
Yeah, my sacrum. It's the it's in your pelvis where your vertebrae start to fuse.
Okay. Sure.
Right there in your pelvis, and sciatic nerve goes down each of your leg.
Sciatic.
Yeah.
Sciatic.
What did I say?
You said sciatic. Sciatic. Yeah.
But no, yesterday I did the brake pads on my car. I went to get up and I got a tinge in the middle of my back,
Okay.
and my
I've-
left
I've-
hand went numb.
When you're as tall as I do, you get like pinched nerves and weird
Yep.
back twinges all the damn time.
Yeah, my left hand went numb.
Nice.
Are
What
you
do they
still
call
using?
that when you sit on the wrong
Oh, stranger.
stranger? Yeah. All I had to do was say sit on that, and you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Crap.
I went somewhere in Wynwood last week with it was like a charcuterie place.
Yeah.
It's just, and you just pick up the wine, choose what you want. They put it on a plate, and you pick it up.
right?
Yeah, that
Lagniappe.
place.
Oh,
Fuck.
is it takeout or sit down?
No, it's a sit down, but it's
Sit-down
outside.
charcuterie. I've never heard
Yeah,
of it.
and then you just basically you go to a fridge, you pick what you want, you bring it to the cashier, you grab a bottle, they open it for you, you take the bottle and the glasses, and you come back to the kitchen, pick
Oh,
up
yeah.
the thing, and sit down.
Which is dope. And
It's
every time I
fire.
go there, I'm really mad at myself that I tipped them 22%. And
You have
really
to because
shop.
of the establishment.
Sure.
I mean, but it's wine and cheese. We don't have any problems.
Yeah, exactly. No, there was, live jazz. there
Yeah,
as
and
well.
live music.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
That's pretty cool.
nice. And it has like those nice outside seating lights, like
What's
Broken
it
Chicken.
called?
Lagniappe.
Lagniappe.
I would
All
never
right.
remember that
Lagniappe.
name, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't either. Well done for remembering the name, dude. Jeez.
I had the privilege of working the 2020 Vancouver Winter Olympics. I was on the organizing committee and I lived there for about 18 months.
Sweet.
It was incredible. It was such an interesting experience to be hired into
Did you say 2020?
2010. Excuse
2010.
me. I don't know what I said, but anyway, the amount of planning, the amount of logistics, the amount of purchasing, scheduling, minutes, seconds. There's like thousands of people that work on this project, all trying to make an advance on whatever they think is going to happen. 6 months from when the event happens. So really, when I think back, I had this interesting experience where we planned this bus system for 6 months, and then 3 minutes later, we found 3 minutes before the start of the event, Joe Biden went through downtown Vancouver with 7 Suburbans, unplanned, unannounced, and it ruined our whole system. So I was like, America, yeah.
But
It was a fail, but it just goes to show you that any curveball of any kind will throw these events off. And it was a big problem because when they showed the Canadian dignitaries, they expected certain people were there, and it ruined up traffic. And any alteration of perfection is a problem and will throw haywire. So doing that to the Olympics, during the opening ceremonies.
but they can't
sour
let
grapes.
you. They can't let you know. You know what I mean? We've had presidents visit the hotel when we were working there.
Yeah.
And you know how that was. They told us, but it was not publicly known.
Oh, for
you had to
sure.
come to work early.
Well, we had Clinton
195.
in our restaurant, and that was the
held
same
the door
thing. Like
open
we
for
found out like
Michelle
an hour
Obama.
beforehand.
Exactly.
In fact, Francois got a picture with her, which is pretty.
You're going to
cool.
get fired, but he's the general manager.
Nah, he'll be fine. Maybe it's not a secret. She has to get a picture with him because he's so cool. So,
she drinks children's blood.
so the hill, dude. We'll get in. It's coming. Sure.
The country that he mentions that he's from,
Kazakhstan. Yeah.
Kazakhstan. They're not happy with how their country's. They're actually filming in
Elena's a
Romania.
little pissed too because she lives like 100 miles. Like her family's from 100 miles from Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
So she's like, "That's not how it is." I'm like, "I know."
I felt like everybody would know that, but I guess you wouldn't want to be from the country that the name is.
Now, how how the Irish feel when everyone's like, "Oh, you're a drunk, are you?"
Yeah,
Or
true.
the Italians are all like good fellas.
Sure. We don't all talk like this.
Should there have been a fake country name? Maybe
I thought about it. From what I heard, is he like pointed to an area in that area and just like, okay, let's do that one. So I don't think he was targeting them. It's just the one they chose.
maybe from
Most obscure.
Very
Most
nice.
Americans don't know.
What's that? No, most people have no idea.
Right.
Of course, you're gonna look
They
it up
do now. They
15
gotta be
years
happy
ago,
about that.
15 years ago, I wouldn't have Googled where the hell Kazakhstan is. Whatever. Kazakhstan.
Well, yeah, that's what, like, nobody knows, nobody knew, but now all of a sudden they put them on the map, so they got to be happy about that. So, any last minute thoughts?
They get in
Lucas?
tourists. They said.
Lucas, anything? You're working
No,
hard
but I'll
over there.
definitely have to watch it again because there's a few layers. Not that it was a deep movie, but there's a lot of jokes that I missed in it.
Sure. I don't know. I don't think I could watch it again.
That's
Maybe
'cause of
down the road.
subtitles.
It's just too uncomfortable. Some of it was just like, I can't. It's just too hard for me to watch. So,
But
all right.
why? Because of what's going on, or how people
Just
are reacting.
like, it's just so embarrassing and uncomfortable. Like, you know, when she got up and she's in the women's like group, you know, and she's talking to him about touching herself and blah blah blah. It's like, it's just, I don't know. It's like some of it's just really uncomfortable to watch.
because I know it's not real, so it's like it's not that bad.
So-
but I'm just like, how the fuck could you
Thing with that
somebody
is
could
they
believe
obviously
this?
had a camera in there. So how did that work? Like, granted, you can get some pretty awesome cameras, pretty small, and sneak them in. But they obviously had a camera in that room.
Yeah.
So, and she left and came back. So I don't know. I think they just tell them, like, these people are here from a different country, learning about our culture, you know, and they might want to come in and say a few words, or can you watch her? They're going to be in this room. Is that okay with you? Yes. Okay. Can you just sign this release? Because you might be on camera. They say yes. And then they just roll with it. He hears us.
Shout out
clear.
to Lucas's background. Very effective. Blocks that whole fucking mess.
Yeah, he does. That's Zoom. Zoom hooks it up.
Zoom.
But I'm recording, so I could just, you know,
Turn that shit off.
right?
God
Oh, it's
damn
not
it,
even
man.
there.
Fucking clean up after yourself. For fuck's sake.
Well, in his defense, he's been doing a lot. You see the art back there. We've been left a lot of art. I'm pretty sure that's
he's
not
on
Peter
he's
Payon.
reflooring his whole house, right?
Yeah, he's reflooring everything. So, like, a lot of
for
stuff's
sure.
being tossed into other rooms and shit.
Fucking
Yeah, I know
AC,
that too.
the AC people that came to the house was fire.
Really?
Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with some like like Bob Handyman guy.
The hell is this guy doing? What
cold
is
up
it
here.
that
Leave
cold,
you alone.
really?
Yeah, of course.
Cold.
So, Bob Handyman, whatever
We
you're
didn't
saying?
go with him, so we went to we called Home Depot, and it's a little more expensive, but we're financing it.
For what again?
We have to replace the whole central AC in the
I
house.
gotcha.
Damn.
So they're so professional. They came on time. They're like, it's gonna be 3 to 5 hours, and it was two dudes. They're working separately. One's in, one's out. And you know, most of the time when you get work done in your house, you have to clean up and
Sure.
like do whatever. Man, I heard like a vacuum noise. The guy has like a vacuum with a headlight on with like a flashlight on his head, and he's vacuuming every little speck of dust around wherever he worked at. It's like they were never there, and then
Sure.
you have something new. Like that's it. Like I was like, that's
Oh.
crazy. And we have some other work going on in our house right now, and this guy, it's took way longer than it's supposed to take.
Sure.
And he's still not done, and it was supposed to be done like a month and a half ago.
And he makes a mess every
And he
day.
makes a mess every day. His whole mess is outside on the side of the house. These AC people took everything. Like I said, it's like they were never there. It's like if you would have just left them the key, left and came back, you're like, did they come? You know what I mean? Like basically like that.
So we just moved in August 1st and we had to get our AC replaced. And yeah, it took like 5-6 hours, dude. I was amazed at how much time it takes. Cause I figure just take one out, put the other one in, but no. They had to repipe everything. They have like torches because they're piping copper.
Yo,
you know, they had to like go all
They
the way up with the
replaced-
roof.
the concrete slab in the backyard. So I don't even know when they did that, because I was trying to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. I was telling you, I didn't sleep for 2 days. I was hot. And then I don't know when they replaced that, or did they put another...
When did this piece of freaking
No,
concrete
but they-
hit my,
because
get
the guy
off my
when-
lawn?
When he was selling it to us, he was like, it has to be a certain level above the ground for
Sure.
code. And like he's literally he's saying like, you don't want some random guy doing this because, you know, the value and this and that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You're just trying to sell us shit. But then when you got the service, you're like, oh shit, it's real. Like, you know what I mean?
So
Like,
you get what you when in home improvement. 100% get what you pay for. Now you can get taken, you know, with the products and stuff like that, but you know, at the end of the day, like it's one of those situations where anybody can get the license, you know, call themselves a contractor, blah, blah, blah. We call them, you know, stand with a van, chuck in a truck, whatever, you know, but when you're dealing with people that really have their shit together and they want you to pay for it, it's just worth it. It's just hassle free.
It was Home Depot's people. So
Yeah.
We paid a little extra than from the other guy, but they dropped the original price that they were trying to sell it to us
They
for.
usually match a little
They
bit.
dropped like $2,000 down. Like,
Oh, really?
because we were gonna get it regardless.
Sure.
Like record it, but we just wanted to speak about it because how we're paying for it and stuff like that.
Sure.
And it's a big deal because for the house. So we was just like, give us a second. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have to deal with it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. We'll talk to you later. Because obviously, you're trying to sell. It doesn't matter if we
It's
call you
always
tomorrow.
like, oh, this price is only good for today.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. I'm like, we'll call you tonight or tomorrow. Like, literally, we're buying it anyways. We
Sure.
just wanted to have like a private discussion, not in front of the guy, you know? And literally, he was like down the street and we called him to come back and we signed the papers.
That was my last job. It was like, you know, one sit close. I had to close it the day out, you know, the day I was there. That's
That's
for
hard.
sure.
And
It is.
I get it. I understand that. But I mean, only thing is he was pushy as fuck.
Sure.
Like, I get it though, but that's his job. He's
Does
supposed
not
to be
want
pushy.
to come back.
Yeah, he's not coming. He doesn't want to come back. And I know you're not answering for yourself. You're answering to somebody above you.
Sure.
So it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah, it is
I
what
hear
it
you.
is.
You don't
It is.
remember when they replaced the AC in our apartment?
You
left
asking
in the-
me? Oh, you're
Yeah.
saying, I don't remember
when-
that
when-
shit. Was
Dude,
I
you
there?
left me in the you left me in the sweltering hot fucking living room while you go slept in the cold recording studio, you dick.
You're talking about in Miami. Yeah. They had to replace.
I didn't like.
So if you guys remember, the studio I had back then had its own AC unit. We always remember in the summer we would turn it up real hot to cool
That's
it
what I
down.
was saying. It wasn't hot.
Got to protect the equipment.
So yeah, so when the one in the living room broke, you know, he had us, you know, out there in the sweltering heat while I was, dude, freezing in my freaking
I
little
didn't
recording
sleep
studio.
for fucking 2 days, bro.
that sucks,
man.
bro.
And like,
Do you
it's
still have that
like,
fan?
it's fucking Florida. 84 degrees. It's not even 84 degrees for real. Like the sun's in your window and it's on the roof and you're like dying, bro. I woke up in a sweat pile.
Death is the only adventure.